Hi there. My name is Lavinia Plonka, and I'm a Feldenkrais teacher. And I'd like to welcome you to my online classroom. As you can see, it's not very big, but I can fit lots of people into my class because each one of you has your own room that you get to play in. I wanted to offer this little bit of a tutorial because orienting oneself for a Feldenkrais online lesson is a little bit different than some of the other classes that you might be taking. One of the big differences with a Feldenkrais class is that it's less important for you to see me than it is for me to see you, at least in a live lesson. Obviously, with an audio, it doesn't matter, or something that's already recorded, but when we're doing it live. So if you've never taken a Feldenkrais lesson before, one of the first things that you want to know is what to wear. And the cool thing about Feldenkrais is it really doesn't matter what you wear, as long as you're comfortable. You don't want to wear tight jeans or a skirt or anything that would inhibit you. You want to wear things, where you can kind of move around and lift your legs and not feel that anything is binding you. So sweats are great. PJ bottoms are especially popular this time of year. And we also don't wear shoes. So it's up to you whether you want to wear socks or fuzzy slippers. All of that is allowed. Of course, if you don't want to be seen, none of this matters. But if you would like the teacher to be able to see you, um, what we do in our classes is we give what we hope are very clear, specific instructions so that you don't have to look at anyone. But if you want the teacher to be able to give you suggestions or ideas, then it's ideal to want to be seen. So right now, of course, I'm sitting up. So for a sitting up lesson, this could kind of work. We do some lessons in chairs, but if it was a lesson in a chair, you would probably want to back up so that you're seen in your chair so that the teacher could still see you in the chair, at least most of you. But a lot of the times our lessons are done lying down on the floor. So how do you do that if you want to lie down on the floor? Well, first you have to get rid of your chair, which is usually easy enough. And then once you're getting down to the floor, what you do is you tilt, if it's a computer, you tilt your camera down so that it can see your mat or your rug or whatever it is that you're lying on. Now, ideally, you want to be able to do it where you're lying down sideways. Let me get my mic out of the way so that the teacher can see the whole of you as you move in different directions. Now, you can do it the other way if you have limitations in your room, but there will be times where they can't see you if you're like in this position, for example. But it's better than nothing. You don't want to put your computer on the floor because if you put your computer on the floor, the equivalent would be, and I'm not going to do it, we'd end up looking at the ceiling and we wouldn't see the floor at all because you would have to tilt really, really low to do that. Now, if you have an iPad or a phone, it's a little bit trickier. And the reason is because you can't tilt in exactly the same way. So what you want to do is put your iPad or your phone up against something. Sometimes it's pillows. If you do put it on the floor, you end up having to put it all the way at the other end of the room so that it's kind of looking down at you. One of the best ways to know whether you are being seen by the teacher is to check into your monitor and see if you can see your mat. If you can see your mat, then the teacher can see your body when you're lying on the mat. But if you can't see your mat, if you're seeing your room, then that's all the teacher's going to see as well. Okay, so I hope that that helps you understand what you have to do. There'll be a few other things that you'll want to learn, like getting up and raising your hand if you have a question, and hopefully the teacher is paying attention, and then they will unmute you and you'll be able to ask your question. So there's always going to be support. There's always going to be someone telling you what you need to do, and enjoy yourself. Have fun.